And I rise like the day. I rise up, I rise unafraid. I rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I rise up, I like the waves.
This is Marina Scott and Austin Scott. I've been working with Austin and his basketball team for the past couple weeks, and we've been integrating some of the lit yoga. But I don't think Austin's ever did a complete lit series, so this will be new for him. So let's start in an easy seat, Sukhasana. You can crisscross your legs in front of you, one ankle in front of the other. Really feel your sitting bones on the ground. They're like the feet of your pelvis. So as you feel them make connection to the earth, you can leave your hands on your knees or your thighs, wherever it feels good, and draw some length through your spine. Pull the crown of your head up, and keep your gaze down where you have it, or you can close your eyes if that feels good. Take a long, deep breath in, and a full breath out. Good. Take a couple more breaths. We're working on shades of Vashisthasana, and the name Vashisthasana, the yogic Sanskrit term for side plank, is named after the sage of confidence. So the pose needs you to exude confidence. It requires strong wrists, an engaged core, spinal length, and open hips. It also requires, my intention for today is equanimity. As an English teacher, Austin, you probably know what that is. It's having composure when things around you seem maybe a bit unfamiliar, a bit chaotic, a bit different. Maybe the road is going a little faster, or the things on the road are going a little faster, or the road's taking a different turn. So as you move through this practice and through the shades of Vashisthasana, keep that composure with you. Take a couple more breaths. Take your gaze upward and take your hands in front of you. Really spread your fingers out as wide as you can spread them. Even more than you thought you can spread them. Push the heels of your hands forward like you were gripping a basketball, right? And then soften that a little bit and take your arms out to the sides. Push the heels of your hands to the sides of the room. Keep your fingers spread. Then look to your left hand. And on both hands, take your fingers and wrap them in pinky, then ring finger, middle, pointer, and then wrap your thumb around. And then let your fist point down so you can feel the opening in your forearms. You can feel the flexion in your wrists. And then bring your hands back up. Spread your fingers back out. And look the other direction. So look to your right, but on both hands, pinky, ring finger, roll that in, wrap your thumb around, and then take your knuckles toward the ground. Keep your arms strong. Keep your neck back. Yeah, the front of your neck back. Good. Your crown of your head to the ceiling. One more time each side. Inhale, open, spread, push the heels of your hands, look left, and wrap. And take your knuckles down. Feel your forearms activate, then open back up. Look to the right, wrap. Bring your forearms down, and bring your arms back up. Take your arms at your sides, and roll down onto your spine. Take a block between your thighs to activate your thighs, and bring your feet, your heels behind your glutes, your feet right under your knees. Press into your feet. And with your inhale, lift your hip points up to the ceiling tiles. Yes. Draw your tailbone to the front of the room. Activate your back. Don't leave your back behind. Energetically draw your hip points together and squeeze that block together. Take your arms above your head. Keep your back activated. Straight, pointing straight up to the ceiling, so the heels of your hands are up. Good. And take your fingertips back towards you. Take one hand and take on the other hand and pull your fingers back towards your forearm. the while pressing into your feet, your glutes are on, your back is strong. And then take that to the other side, switch hands. Good. Press both heels of your hands up. Then bring your hands to the ground and slowly lower your hips down. Upper back first, then lower back. Good. Take a breath in and a breath out. Keep that block between your thighs and take your soles of your feet up toward the ceiling tiles. Good. You can keep your knees bent, keep your hips on the ground, your spine in the ground. Cup the back of your head with your hands, elbows pointing up. Feel your ribs knit in, draw your navel back to your spine. Good. Exhale, lift. Lift your shoulder blades off the ground. Don't lead with your neck. Push your head into the back of your hands. Good. And release. Bring it down. Good. Exhale, lift. Elbows up. Lift your tailbone even a little bit. Good. Now take your left hand and press the heel of your hand to the ceiling. Press, press, press. Good. Like you're doing a handstand on the ceiling. And take your hand to the back of your head. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift back up. This time your right hand, push the heel of your hand up. Good. Feel the muscles on the back of your neck toward your shoulders working. Feel that little bit of a protraction from your scapula. Good. Hands to the back of your head. Inhale, lower. Good. Take the heels, the soles of your feet up toward the ceiling. You can bend your knees as much as you want. Good. Exhale, lift. Keep your tailbone down. Lift. This time take your left arm up. Good. Let your right arm join it. Push, 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 like you're doing that handstand on the ceiling. Feel your ribs knit in. As you lift up, your core is pulling in and down, right? Then cup the back of your head. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift again. Take your left hand up. Good. Let your right hand join. Push, push, push. Get your ribs in. Look down at your ribs. You're doing really well. Good. Hands to the back of your head. Inhale, lower. Take your feet to the ground. You can take the block out between your legs. Take your feet to the outside edges of your mat. And let both your knees float to the left. Good. Take your arms overhead this time. Keep the inside of your right foot active. Press it into the ground, and you don't want your knees all the way on the ground. Have your right glute feel active. Feel your right hip press up rather than to the left. And take your left hand and right above your elbow, squeeze that flesh from your forearm and take the other hand. Take it all the way up to the top. Yes, you can keep your arm overhead, push, and reach back. Reach your arm overhead to the back wall. Good, so you can feel that nice long stretch all the way along the side of your body. Do you feel it? Good. You can hear by your breath that you feel it. Release and bring your knees back up. And take your knees to the other side. This time the inside of your left foot is pushing into the ground, the inner arch. Take your arm overhead, squeeze from your elbow up. Lift your left hip point up rather than forward. Good. Keep that right leg active too, not all the way down on the ground. Good. Awesome. Bring your knees back up and release. Hands at your sides. Take the block back. Oh no, we're not going to take the block between your thighs. Take your legs straight up. Hands in back of your head. Exhale, lift your elbows up, lift your shoulder blades, the back of your head. And take your left heel and lower it until you feel engagement in your core. Look down at your ribs and then twist slightly to the right. And use your breath, pulse for 5. Lift your shoulder blades. 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift back up, elbows. This time, lower your right leg and twist slightly to the left. Good. And pulse. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Both legs up and lower. One more time each side. Heels up to start. Exhale, lift your shoulder blades off the ground.
Left heel forward, twist to the right. And pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, legs up, and inhale down. Last side, exhale, lift. Right heel comes forward until you feel engagement, and twist to the left. And pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Both legs up. Inhale back. Then draw your knees into your chest. I can tell that's hard work. Rock side to side. Then rock up and down the length of your spine. And meet me in a quadruped or a tabletop position. This is good for your wrists too. I know with basketball, shooting is, the wrists are so crucial, so you might like this too. Turn your fingertips towards your knees. And then bend your elbows a little bit. And now dome your back. Bend your elbows a little bit more. Pull them back toward your elbows. Yes, now dome your back. Feel the stretch in your wrist. Push it. Dome your back, so lift up. Yeah, yeah. And come back to normal. Your hands seem not right under your shoulders. They seem a little bit narrower. So turn them back. Yes. Now bend your elbows back and dome your back. Lift your belly towards the, yes, good. Bend your elbows a little bit more back towards you. But keep your back up. Good. Do you feel that in your forearms? Good. And come back to a quadruped, fingers facing forward. And take your left leg out to the side. And we're gonna rotate through your left hip. Take circles forward. As you increase the mobility in your hip, you have more flexibility with the muscles around your hip. And then you can change direction. If you were going forward first, go back. If you were going back first, go forward. Good. Press into both hands equally. Keep your navel towards your spine. And press your knee back down. Take your right leg up and rotate forward. Here maybe a little crackling in there. Any fascia that needs to be hydrated. And then rotate the other direction. Keep equal pressure into both hands. Good. Nice. Keep your neck neutral. And place your knees back on the floor. Good. Press both palms down, and then now take a couple cats and cows. Inhale, and exhale. Find a little flexion in your spine. Good. Beautiful lift. As you come down with your belly, take your gaze forward. No, opposite. Now as your belly comes down, now take your gaze forward. Good. Now lift one more time. Good. And come to a neutral position. Take your forearms to the ground and let your head hang between your arms. Relax your neck. Curl your toes under and begin to lift your hips and walk forward a little bit. Dolphin pose. Walk your feet forward as far as you can and then begin to lift your hip points to the ceiling. Straighten your legs as much as you can. A lot of weight on your forearms. Inhale your right leg up. Can you bring your right leg up? And open that hip a little bit. Bend your knee and open that hip. Good. Then take your knee to your chest. Keep your forearms on the ground.
Can't do that.
Okay, let's go straight up. Okay, that's good. Then bring your knee to your chest. You can do it with your knee down. And push back up. Good. One more time. Should help with the left hamstring. In. Exhale up. Good. And bring your knee down. And let's try it with the other knee then. With your leg bent, push the heel of your foot up toward the ceiling. Good. Draw your knee into your chest. Exhale. Inhale, push up. Exhale, draw your knee back in. Inhale, push up with the bent leg. And bring it back down, knees side by side. Good. Take a breath in. And now you can take child's pose. Take your knees out wide, big toes to touch, sink your hips back toward your heels. Draw your arms forward. You have a really nice flexibility in your child's pose. Now take your palms up for supination in your forearms. Sometimes when your wrists are sore or stiff or whatever, it's because of inflexibility in your forearms. So your ability to lift your palms up, I can see you're right on your pinkies. force anything, but over time, just work on that flipping of your palms. A breath in, and a breath out. Place your palms on the mat, and exhale, down dog. Familiar pose to your right. Take your hands shoulder width distance apart, a little wider. Dial your hands out a little bit like you're opening jars. Yes, it feels comfortable. Bend your knees, lift your heels, and lengthen your spine. Yes, perfect. You can leave your knees bent all the time in down dog. The length of your spine that I see right now is what's important. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Now look to your hands and either step or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Good. You can bend your knees and take a squat back. Reach your fingertips forward, look at the ground, find a nice long spine. Good. Then release your hands down, toe heel your feet together. Inhale, half lift, bring your hands to your shins or your thighs, flatten your back, draw the tips of your ears forward, your sitting bones back. And exhale, fold. Keep a nice bend in your knees. Inhale, arms forward and up. Tadasana. Reach your ring fingers to the ceiling tiles. Collect your low belly in and up. Lengthen your side body. Exhale, forward fold. Take your fingertips to the ground, bent knees. Step your right leg back. Take your knee and the top of your foot down. Inhale, kneeling crescent. Press the top of your back foot down. Really feel the lift from your left hip point. Perfect. Feel your left glute move back just a little bit. Yes. Feel your glute turn on. Feel your front heel traction towards your knee. Good. Exhale, high plank. Take your hands to the ground. Step your left leg back. Perfect. With control, lower all the way to your belly. You can stop at your knees. Good. Inhale, baby cobra. Take the tops of your feet down. Lift your heart and sternum forward. Pull your thumbs back. Little to no weight in your hand. And keep your neck at neutral. Chin to neutral. A little bit more. A little bit more of your chin to your chest. Good. And exhale back to down dog. Push up through high plank. And down dog. Breathe in. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Come down on your back knee. Inhale, kneeling crescent. Straight back up. Good, good. Press the top of your back foot down if you can. Can you do that? Good. Really press into that foot. Feel like you're pulling a sock up your left leg. Traction your right heel back. Awesome. And this time you're going to step your hands to the ground and your back foot forward. Forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, Tadasana, all the way up. Good. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Place your fingertips on the floor. Step your left leg back. Take your knee down, but keep your toes curled. Inhale back to kneeling crescent. Keep your back toes curled. Curled under. Yes. Arms up. Inhale. Good. And now take your right hand and traction your left wrist up. Pull, pull, pull. You can use that foot underneath for stability. Good. Exhale back to your high plank. You can stop at your knees or lower all the way down. Elbows tight at your side body. Inhale, baby cobra. Traction your hands back, little to no weight, really nice. Chin a little more neutral. Great. Exhale, push through high plank. And back to down dog. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Take your right knee down. You can keep your toes curled. Inhale, your arms up. Good. Awesome. This time, take your left hand and traction your right, other side. Traction. Yes. Feel that length as you pull, like you're pulling a sock up your right leg. Tuck your low belly in and up a little more. Beautiful. And exhale, forward fold. Step your hands to the ground. Step to the front. Inhale back to Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Take your finger pads down. Step your right foot back. Inhale back to kneeling crescent. This time, take your hands on your humeral heads right here and roll back. keep your hip points sturdy, straight. Use the pressing of your feet on the ground. Good. Your rib cage and your scapula can move. Awesome. Inhale, take your arms back up. And reach them forward. Protract your scapula and then bring it back to neutral. Protract forward again and bring it back to neutral. One more time and back to neutral. Place your hands on the ground, step into your high plank. You can keep your feet a little wider behind you. Tap your left hand to your right shoulder and place it down. Really nice, right to left, back and forth with your breath. Good, try to keep your body really nice and steady. Use your obliques, awesome, really nice. Good, come back to a steady, static high plank and lower all the way down to your belly. You can stop at your knees and take it all the way down. Then take your hands to the floor for a locust pose. Press them into the ground and lift your sternum forward, your toes up. Really nice, find nice length. Hands under your shoulders, press back up to a high plank, and then a down dog. Good. Down dog, kick left. Inhale your left leg up. And exhale, step that foot forward. Come to your right for low lunges, side lunges. Parallel your feet to the edges of your mat and take yourself back and forth. You need that flexion in a different plane of your body. You can bring your hands to the floor. Good. Keep your feet parallel to the edges of your mat. Really find flexion in your hips. Back and forth. Good. And hold it to the back. Next time you're to the back. And then walk your hands to the front. Turn your toes forward. Bend your back knee and your front knee. And lift your front toes. Bring your finger pads about where your left heel is. Find length all the way from your left heel through your left calf. Pull your left hip crease back. Reach your toes up a little bit. Good. And then walk your fingertips forward. Forward fold. Good. Bend your knees. Inhale back to Tadasana. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Finger pads to the ground. Step your left leg back. Inhale, kneeling crescent. Hands to your humeral heads once again. And rotate. Find mobility in your shoulders. Keep that strength and that stability in your hips. Really nice. Draw your ribs move. Good. Now arms forward like that. Stop, protract, and then back to neutral. Good. Watch your neck. Keep your neck back. Protract. And back to neutral. One more time, protract. And back to neutral. Hands to the ground, step back into your high plank. Shoulder taps, back and forth. Really nice. Your neck is really in a nice position here. Good. I know you have a tendency to draw that forward. Good. Then stay in neutral. Lower, you can stop at your knees all the way down. Hands back, palms to the ground, locust pose. Press your palms down, really lift. I can really see the length you're creating right there, really nice. Chin a little bit toward your chest. And release. Push up to high plank. And exhale, down dog. This time your right leg comes up, inhale. Exhale, step it forward, low lunge. Take your lunges to the left. Walk your hands to the left, feet parallel to your edges of your mat, and lunges back and forth. Good. Really nice. Keep length through your spine. Good. So you get a little deeper in those lunges. Good. Yes. Hold to the back next time. And walk to the front for that runner stance. Turn your feet toward the front of your mat. Bend both knees. You can walk that back foot up a little bit. Hands on the ground. And really feel the length from your right heel through your calf, through your hamstring. Pull your right hip crease back. And then from your back, pull your heart forward. Good. Then exhale, walk forward. Feet together. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands down, step your feet back to a high plank. You can take a chaturanga or you can lower to your knees and take your baby cobra. Either way, inhale up dog and exhale down dog. One more just like that. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop, top of your mat. Inhale, Tadasana. Forward and up, big stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Lean forward into your hands, bend your knees, step back, high plank, either step or hop. Good. And flow through your chaturanga. You can lower all the way down, take a cobra or a locust. Nice, Austin. And exhale back to down dog. Good. We're going to work in sequence 2. Inhale, down dog, kick left. Take your left leg up and open your hip a little bit. So take your heel to your glute and open that hip. Yes, that's good. Keep your left hip up. You don't need to open it that much. Good. Now knee to your opposite elbow. So left knee to right elbow in a high plank. Good. Now take it back up. Inhale, open. Good. One more time. Knee to elbow. Actually, 2 more times. Perfect. Inhale, up and open. And last time, tap. Inhale, bring it straight back this time. And exhale, low lunge, send it through. Bring your foot to the floor. It can be 3/4 of the way up. Just align your knee over your ankle. And then inhale, one-legged Tadasana. So bring your right leg up. Use your low belly to lift your quad. Flex your foot. Keep a little bend in both knees. Good. Awesome. Now we're going to move into a warrior 3. So you're going to push your right heel back. You can take your right hand right above your left knee on your thigh and your left hand to your hip crease to stabilize if you like. Really beautiful. Inhale back to one-legged Tadasana. Nice balance, arms up. Good. And take that same thing. Use your hand to your thigh and hip just like you did. Left hand and right thigh, really nice. This time you're going to come up to one-legged Tadasana, inhale. And you're going to open your hip as much as you can and try to use your hand as little as possible, but eventually get it into a tree pose, wherever you usually. Good. Remember, we want to stay away from our knee. It looks like you're a little bit above your knee. You can also do it on your calf. Now I want you to take your right hand to your right hip crease, your left arm up. Pull. Flex your hands so you're doing that handstand on the ceiling again, and feel your left glute just ignite. Pull your ribs in, pull your lower belly in and up. So awesome. And take your foot to the ground. Inhale, mountain, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands down, step back to a high plank, and flow through your chaturanga. You can lower. You can always take a cobra or a locust. And exhale back to down dog. You kind of did a combination of the two, which is fine. Inhale, down dog, kick right. Open your hip. And you're going to take your knee to your left elbow. Tap across, high plank. Good. Inhale, down dog, kick, open hip. Good. Exhale, tap across. Inhale, down dog, kick, open hip. Exhale, tap across again. Stretch it straight back this time. And step it 3/4 of the way forward. Good. Knee is over your ankle. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Left leg comes up and forward. Arms in the air. You have really nice core control. Flex your foot a little bit. Good. Now you're going to move into that warrior 3, so your left hand is going to come on your right thigh. Take it across. Your left hand on your right thigh, left leg back. Inhale back up to one-legged Tadasana. That really helps with control, and I can see it's helping you. Good, arms up. And take it one more time. Kick that leg back. Beautiful. I love how you're keeping that bend in your hip and your knee. Push your heel back, pull your heart forward. Inhale back to one-legged Tadasana. And you're going to find your tree pose. Open your hip as much as you can. Good. I like the way you have your hand on your core there. Pull it in and up. Now place your left hand on your left hip and your right hand up to the ceiling like you're doing that handstand again. Really nice. Feel your glute engage. So important to have your glutes on. Awesome. Beautiful. Look straight ahead. Find your drishti. And take your foot to the ground. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high plank. Lower. You can always use your knees. I can see you don't, but you lower with nice control, so that's fine. And exhale, down dog. We're going to build up a little heat with our sun B. Inhale, look to your palms. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat, right behind your wrists. Bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your hips back. Draw your belly button to your spine. Let your hips sink, your heart lift. Arms as best as you can next to your ears. Good. You have a nice deep squat. Good. Do you do a lot of squats? Wow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands to your shins or thighs. Hands on your shins or thighs. Just flatten your back, neutralize. And exhale, back to high plank. And take a flow lower, using your knees if you like. Try locust this time. Pull your fingertips back, pinkies up, lift your toes. Good. Remember, chin is neutral. Awesome. And exhale, back to down dog. Good. Inhale your left leg up. Option to take a hop. Use your right leg as a pogo stick. Take a little hop off the ground. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. That is really good. And then step your left leg forward. Inhale, warrior one. Pivot your back heel down. You can walk and lift your heart up, arms up next to your ears. Yes. Now, you're facing this way. So take your back heel down. Your foot is pointed to the top right corner of your mat. Your hips and your shoulders are somewhat squared. Take a little shorter stance. Walk that back foot up a little bit. Yeah, so you can get your heel on the ground. Really nice. Push into that leg. A lot of energy. Pull your ribs back. Your belly in and up. And you've got your neck forward. Pull your neck back. Keep lifting your scapula to the ceiling. Awesome. You look a little uncomfortable. Relax your front of your neck. Exhale your hands to the ground. Step back to a high plank. And take that cobra or locust, whatever you like, that yogi push-up. Awesome. And come back to high plank and down dog. Inhale your right leg high. Option for a little hop. Good to get on your hands. Good, nice work. And step your right foot forward. I don't mean to laugh, but I'm surprised you can do that. Inhale, warrior one. Pivot your back heel down, step your foot forward. That was awesome, you're working hard. Really nice. Take your left hip and roll it back around to the front. And I see you're in 2 lanes of traffic with your feet. No, to this way. Yeah, there. But keep your foot facing forward. Good. Arms up. Really nice. And try to avoid jutting your chin forward. Pull your chin back. Good. That's awesome. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back to a high plank and flow. Knees, if you like. Locust or baby cobra, you choose. And exhale back to down dog. Okay, now we're going to do a little trickier version of that, but I know you can do it. Inhale, take your left leg high. Option for a hop if you like. And step it through. Warrior one, pivot your back heel down again. And take your arms up. Now it might be kind of hard for you to touch your palms together, but maybe you can just touch your fingers together. Oh, you can touch your palms. Pull your neck back again. Yes. Maybe just touch your fingers, open your palms a bit. Good, good. Walk your back foot forward a little bit. Good. And lift your fingers up, lift your rib cage, find extension in your side body. Keep the bend in your front knee. Awesome. Breathe in. And out.
Now this is a funky dolphin transition, so you're going to take both hands to the ground, lift your left leg, and bring your right forearm down. And then your left hand's going to come next to, yeah, so your front leg goes back, your left leg goes back, left forearm down, right hand, right hand. Yes, that is so good. Take a breath in, and breath out. Good. Can you put that foot down behind you? And press into both hands, so you're back into down dog. And then step your left foot forward. Warrior two to the side. Good. Your left toes face front, press energy into your right foot. And begin to roll your arms. This is good for heating up your rotator cuffs. Those four muscles that really keep and stabilize your shoulder. You feel yourself building a little heat. Do you feel that in your shoulder a little bit? And change direction. Good. And then hold right there. Exhale. Okay, feel those circles heat up your rotator cuff. And take them in the opposite direction. Good. Take a little more bend in your front knee. Find that warrior two. And make sure your knee doesn't go past your foot. So walk your foot a little forward. Good. Hold your warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Take your front arm up and over the top. Take your palm up. Good. Pull to the back wall. Pull your side body open. Continue to lift up as well as over and keep that flexion in your front hip. Good. Exhale back to extended side angle. Reach your right hand forward. Keep the bend in your knee. Forearm to your thigh. Good. Roll your top shoulder back a little bit. Awesome. Good. Keep static. Push your feet into the ground. Good. Inhale, reverse. Take your hands up and over once again. Good. Awesome. Now take a big stretch up. And windmill down, right hand goes to the floor to the inside of your left foot and find a side plank facing the couch. Take your left leg on top of your right. Ensure that your shoulder is over your wrist. Push into the ground and lift your hips up a bit. Lift your hips off the ground. Good. You can cup your humerus bone with your hand and see if you can step your top foot forward and back a couple times. Put yourself off balance and restabilize. Awesome. And now find it static. Really lift your hip a little bit. Good. And place your left forearm on the ground. Oh, that was hard. Forearm side plank a little lighter next time. And rotate your hips this direction. You can always come down to the bottom knee if you like. Yes. One knee down and one knee up. Yes. It's always an option on a side plank. Good. And then bring both forearms down to a forearm plank. Good. Tuck your core up and in. Lift the back of your head. And lower all the way to your belly. Good. Take your arms to a goalpost. Forehead on the ground. You're going to lift your goalpost and your back 3 times. Let your arms follow, your head follow. Exhale your air out. Inhale, lift. Good. You can keep your toes pressed down or lift them. And lower. And lift again. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Squeeze your scapula together. Good. Really feel your back work. And lower. Take your hands under your shoulders. Press into a high plank. Press them into the ground. And down dog. Take a breath in. And a breath out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Step your left foot forward, just a footprint, so you can take your right leg up. Just a little footprint, so you can take your right leg up. So just like this. And lift your right leg high. Inhale. You can take a hop if you like. Just take a little pogo stick with your left leg. Good. And then step your right foot through. Inhale, warrior one. Pivot your back foot down. You're facing the front. Take 2 lanes of traffic with your feet. So take your foot to the right. Yes, yes. You want to bring your left hip around a bit. Take your arms above your head. Yes, and face this way. Square to your hips and your shoulders together. That's really nice. Push a lot of energy into your back leg, your heel, the outside of your left foot. Take your ribs and knit them in and back. Pull in and up. And see if you can touch your fingers, pull your knuckles up. Pull length into your rib cage. Really nice. And pull the back of your head back. Back. Yes, much better. And exhale, dolphin, funky dolphin. So you're gonna take your front leg back and your left forearm down, right leg back. And then take your right hand next to your left elbow. So take that right leg up in the air. Good, you've got it, really nice. Push up and back. And then take your foot down, take your right foot down, and bring your hands to down dog at the front. Yes. And bring your right leg back up, inhale. And step through low lunge. Inhale, warrior two, this time to the couch. Good. Really find your front bend, collect your right hip under a little bit, steer your knee to the pinky toe side edge of your foot. And your chest is toward the wall. Good. And this time, flip your palms up and down. Up and down. Feel that work in your shoulders. Maybe a little of the rotation in your forearms too can begin to feel it. Keep your hands shoulder height. Couple more times. And then stay static. Pull them out long. Nice. Look forward. No. Yes. Yeah. Forward at your fingers. Good. Inhale, reverse for your warrior. Take an exhale as well to the back. Keep your knee pointed to the front, a little more bend in your knee. Good. Then back through warrior two. Warrior two, come back up. And extended side angle to the front. Take your forearm to your thigh, lift up and over. Really nice. Keep the shoulder moving back a little bit and the back of your head in line with your spine. Very nice. Inhale, reverse. Take it up and over to the back. Good. Stretch your right side body out. Feel space in your ribs. Then inhale, lift. Come to the front, pivot down. Your left hand goes to the floor, side plank this way. Vashisthasana. Shades of Vashisthasana. This, yes, you got it. Tap forward and back. You already got it memorized from the first side. Nice. Take your head back a little bit. Good. Perfect. And then see if you can lower your left forearm a little lighter this time. Your right forearm, actually. And then forearm side plank. Those are hard for you, aren't they? So forearm side plank to this side. And you can always keep your knee down if you like. Yes. But you're going to muscle through it, right? Beautiful. Nice. The back of your head is in line with your spine. Hold it back there. Good. And both forearms come down to a forearm plank. Hold steady. Collect your core. Keep the back of your head up. Yes. And release to your belly. I'm saying that a lot to you. Take your arms out to a goal post. Yes. We're going to take 3 lifts once again. Exhale your air out. Inhale, lift up. Good. And lower. Keep your chin neutral. And lift. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Chin a little closer to your chest on this last lift. Inhale. Beautiful. And lower. Take your right arm, either in a goalpost, or I think it's a little easier if you extend it, and take your left hand right under your shoulder. So then you're going to bend your left knee and push over this way. Yes, yes. And you can take your bottom leg, take your knee toward the couch so you can release a little tension in your low back. So take that bottom knee, this one, and bend it forward a little bit. This way. Bend it. Yes, bend it towards you. You should feel some opening in the front of the shoulder. Does that feel good? Especially if you're at a computer all day. Good. Keep your head on the ground. Good, it is. Roll back to your belly. We'll take it to the other side. So extend your left arm long. Right hand under your shoulder. Bend your right knee. Take it over the top, and that bottom knee comes this way toward me. Good. You only want to push, you have control with this arm. So open that left shoulder as much as feels good, without too much, you know the difference between sensation and pain, so just get to the feeling where it feels good. Good. And then come back to your belly, push up into a high plank, and back to your down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. This is the long sequence. We're going to go through everything we did. Inhale, look forward to your palms. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat, right behind your wrists. Good. Keep your knees bent. And inhale all the way up, Tadasana. Reach your fingertips to the ceiling tiles. Nice long side body. Collect your belly in and up. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Bend at your hip creases. Place your fingertips to the ground and step your right leg back. Left leg is at the front of your mat, knee is over your ankle, and take your right knee down. Come up and pull your right elbow back. So retract the right side, protract the front, the left side. And then take it back and forth. Press your feet into the ground. Keep your hips stable, but feel your rib cage and your shoulders move. Look straight ahead rather than down. Good, really nice. Couple more times. Nice pace. And when you get to your left hand in front the next time, hold it there. Right hand in front, pardon me. Good. And take your right hand to the ground. Easy twist. Take your back leg up and twist your torso to the couch. Yes. You can keep your hand on your hip or bring it to the air, whatever you like. Take a breath in and a breath out. You're going to take your left foot and walk it a couple pivots back and turn on the pinky toe side edge of your back foot and then reach to the back wall with your left hand. So again, your shoulders aligned over your wrist. Lift your hips up a little bit. Maybe you can reach that top arm up, maybe even over your ear. That's beautiful. Really nice. Take one more breath here. You can see your body shaking. That means it's working. And exhale, come back to high plank. Bring your hand to the ground, step your leg back. And on this high plank, we're gonna do some work retracting. So lifting your elbows up and feel a little buoyancy as you push the ground away. Try to keep your hips a little more stable. Less swiveling in your hips. Use your strong side core. Good. And come back to a static high plank. Move your hands a little further apart, as wide as your shoulders. Good. Pick up your head and lower all the way to your belly. You can always stop at your knees. Good. We're going to take a bow pose here. Bend your knees. Swim your hands back to capture your ankles or your feet. You reach. Exhale your air out. Inhale, floor bow. Push your feet into your hands. Good. We're looking for length. Lift your sternum forward. Lift your legs up. So strong. But keep your chin at neutral. Keep your neck long. Chin a little bit closer to your chest. Yes. Awesome. Nice breath. I can hear it. And release. Take it down slowly. Good. Take your hands next to your shoulders. Push up to a high plank. And a down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Good. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through next to your feet or in front of your feet. And take your lunges you took earlier to the side. So turn this way and back and forth. Feel that hip flexion. You can lift one hand if you like. I know last time I liked the way you tapped it down. Really feel that opening in your hip creases. Good, good. Your spine is nice and straight. Your neck is in line with your spine. Awesome. Then hold next time you're at the back. And crawl to the front for that runner's stance we had. So both knees are bent, your front toes are up, and your finger pads are about at your heels. And you have a little up dog in your heart, a little lift in your heart. Breathe in. You can feel that stretch all along your left leg, from your ankle, your calf, your hamstring, and then walk up to a standing L. Walk your fingers up. And keep that bend in your hip and your knee and push your heel back. And then walk it back to your runner stance. Good. And back up to your standing L. One more time to your runner stance. Lift your front toes.
and back up to your standing L. Keep enough bend in your knee where you can turn your fingers towards your toes. See if you can turn your, yes, really nice. Get a little stretch. Can you push your heel back? So nice. That's good. That's good, right? You feel in your calf? Then turn your hands back to the front. And take your knee to the left side of your ankle, all the way down to the ground. Good. Take your right arm up and take your left hand and pull that wrist gap. Pull it all the way up, nice and long and strong. Good. And then release. And you're gonna bear crawl to the right till you're in down dog at the back of your mat. Down dog facing the back. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. Inhale, down dog, kick right leg up. Exhale, your knee to your opposite elbow. Take it across. Good, really nice. Push it back, up, down dog kick. This time take it across and hold it there and send your foot through this way. Yes, and then lift, you're gonna extend your foot long, fall in triangle, and your left arm up. It's another form of Ashistasana. Can you straighten that leg a little bit? Good. Awesome. Really nice. And your shoulder needs to come back over your wrist, and then take this knee down to the floor. And a modified side plank. Take your left arm up, push your heel back. And if you like, you can pulse that heel a little bit. Look that your shoulders aligned over your wrist. Yes, bring it in a little bit. If you like, you can also take your heel to your glute, find a little Chopasana, push your knee to the front. Don't have to do that, but it looks like you have that flexibility in your thighs and hamstrings. Good. And release that. Take your left hand down and step your left leg forward. Take it forward on your mat like this. Yes. Bring your finger pads to the ground, curl your back toes under. Inhale, come up, warrior three. Remember last time you put your right hand on your thigh and your left hand on your hip crease, and that really helped you in that pose. Push your heel back, but push it back first. Warrior three for it, back first. Yes. How did you know that's where we were going next? Now bring it up, one-legged Tadasana. Reach your arms to the sky. Awesome. And figure four, take your ankle across your thigh, sink your hips back. Flex your foot. You don't have to have your heel that high or that far over, just touching. Good. Can you take your left arm up and your right arm down? Good. Can you flex at your wrists? And can you flex back and forth a little bit? Good. Really nice. Good. We're ready to come out of it anyway. Back to one-legged Tadasana. Inhale, right leg up. Right leg front and up. And we're going to move into a half moon. So you're going to stand on your left leg. Your right leg will go back. Your left hand to the ground. So you may need a block to put your left hand on. And push your heel back. And rotate your core to the side wall. You can take your right hand up or on your hip. Push your heel back. Good. Good. That soft bend in your standing leg is good. And then move yourself back up to a warrior two landing. Yes. Stretch it out. Inhale. And stay static. Exhale, reverse. Left arm over your ear to the front. Inhale back to warrior two. And exhale, extended side angle. Reach to the windows. Keep that knee bent. Forearm on your thigh. Left hand forward. Forearm to your thigh. And reach your right arm over. Good. Feel that stretch right through here. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up. Straighten your legs. Lift your arms up. Pivot to the front. Windmill your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Left hand down. And side plank this way. You can try a tree leg, but I think in your case, just keeping your feet on the ground or maybe even taking that bottom knee down will work.
Take your head back. That's the best side plank I've seen today. Awesome. Now take your right hand down first, and then take it to a forearm plank. Right arm, forearm. Yes, now forearm side plank to the couch. Yes. Awesome. And back to both forearms. And then child's pose. Take your knees out wide to the edges of your mat, sink your hips back. Take a couple minutes to regroup, reconnect to your breath. Feel the effect the practice has had on your body. Maybe even roll your forehead back and forth a little bit on the ground. And maybe even like we did earlier in the child's pose, or what's good for your forearms is to supinate. Take your palms up. So roll your palms up a little bit. Yeah. Does that feel good in your shoulders? Take a few more breaths. And we're going to take it on the next side. So when you're ready, take it back to down dog. Push up and back. Take a breath. Find your down dog. Yeah, we have one more side to go. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Both feet to the top. Inhale all the way up to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Big reach. Good. Exhale, fold in half. Bend your knees, bend your hip creases, finger pads to the ground. This time take your left leg back. Step your left leg back. Put it on the ground. Inhale, kneeling crescent. Take your back knee down. Inhale up. Good. And take your arms forward. And retract your left shoulder. Protract your right. And then press through your palms to the front of the room, back and forth. Good. Feel your shoulders, your shoulder blades. I'll get a little hydration. And press your left hand forward, or stop when your left hand is forward. Put it down on the ground next to your right foot, and easy twist. Lift your back leg, push into your foot, and turn your torso this way. You can either keep your hand on your hip, or you can raise it to the sky. That's the next thing. Keep your, first just keep your back leg up, and your toe pointed forward. So easy twist, just keep your hand on your hip first. Okay? And lift your hamstring so you could balance a block on your sacrum. Now, the thing you were thinking of next is walk your foot back, and then turn to the pinky toe side edge of your back foot, and reach back. Maybe lift your hip and reach over. This is when that was amazing for me, that you had that much hip strength right there. Good. And exhale back to a high plank. Both legs back. High plank is with your hips even with your shoulders. And retract your elbows one at a time. Pull them up and down. You got it. Up and down. Pull your elbows up. Yes. Keep your hips steady. And stay in your forearm. And stay in your high plank. And then you can either lower to your knees or lower all the way to your belly. Good. And bow, instead of bow pose, this time we're going to take a bound cobra. So clasp your hands over your hips, on the top of your hips. Good. And exhale your air out. And inhale up. Pull your hands back. Lift your shoulders up. Is that harder for you than bow pose, or is that okay? Good. Awesome. Really find length in your spine. I can see it. And release. Push back up to high plank. And exhale, down dog. Inhale your right leg high. And step it through, step it forward. And turn to your left to take those lunges, those side lunges. So walk your hands to your left. And with your feet parallel to the edges of your mat, good. Take those lunges back and forth. So your toes are facing the couch. Nice. See if you can find a little depth in those lunges. Good.
turn your toes forward. You can even step your back leg up a bit. So we're gonna take that runner stance. Bend both knees, lift your front toes, finger pads are on the ground by your heel. Little up dog in your heart. And then walk forward to your standing L. Keep your knee and hip bent, push your heel back. And then back to your runner stance. Pull your heart towards your toes. Feel the bend in both knees. Exhale, standing L. One more time, back to runner stance. Good. And this time, stay in your standing L. And if you can, get enough bend where you can turn your fingers toward your toes again. Yes. Push your heel back. Yeah. You want your hips, your knee, and your ankle aligned. Is that hard on your, for that long? Okay, come back to your forearms regular. Standing L with forearms regular. So you got that right foot down, and then bring your knee to the right side of your foot. Come to a seat. Good, and this time take your left arm up and find that gap. And release. And bear crawl to the back. We're in the home stretch. A breath in and a breath out. Down dog, kick your left leg up. Exhale, knee to your right tricep or elbow. Beautiful. Inhale, kick it back up. And take your knee to your opposite elbow and take your leg, fallen triangle, toward the couch and lift your right arm. So your bottom leg toward the couch, lift your right arm. Yes. Shoulders over your wrist, really, really nice. And then take your right hand down, your left knee to the mat. And find a modified side plank. Align your shoulder over your wrist and lift your right arm up. Good. Take your heel up and back. Push it toward the wall. Take your leg off the ground and push your heel. Yes. Nice. If you like, you can bend your heel to your glute and capture your foot, but it looks like holding it up is going to be fine. Good. Take your right hand down. Step your right foot forward. So now you have your right foot down, your ankle and your knee are aligned. Curl your back toes, get ready for warrior 3 to the back. Take your left hand to your right thigh, your right hand to your hip crease. Yes. So you have your hip, your knee, and your ankle in alignment and push your heel back. Really nice. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, bring your left leg up. Arms up to the sky. Collect with your low belly. Push your shin so it's parallel to the wall. Good. Exhale, figure 4. Just take your ankle across your thigh and sink your hips. Good. Perhaps you can take your left arm down and your right arm up and look straight out the window. See, can you flap those wrists again? Yes. Back to your one-legged Tadasana, lift your left leg. Exhale, half moon. Take your right hand to the block, push your foot back. Yes. Open it up, push your heel back. Yes, you got it. And land your warrior 2. This way. Nice work. So your toes are pointing that way, your knees pointing that way too. Pull your arms apart. Good. Exhale, reverse. Take your front arm up and over your ear. Good. And back to warrior 2. Extend to side angle, forearm on your thigh. You can reach your arm up or over. Good. Take your shoulder back a little bit. Yes, nice. Then lift up, inhale. Pivot your feet. You're going to take your right hand down and Vashisthasana toward the couch. So that right hand down, left leg back, pinky toe side edge of your back foot. You've got that now. Really nice. Beautiful. Back of your head pressed against me. Good. And place your left hand down And then to your left forearm. Forearm side plank this way. They're getting stronger and stronger, and perfectly fine to put it on an angle like that. Yes. Nice. And to both forearms. Lift the back of your head. And find your child's pose. Take your knees out wide. Sink your hips back to your heels. Feel the effects of your practice. In Vashisthasana, it's a hard pose. We work for more courage, commitment, and balance in the body. And through that movement in your body, those tenets also kind of become absorbed in your spirit and your mind. So you leave kind of with that coat of courage. And bring yourself back up to sitting on your heels. And take your hips to one side. Take your feet to the end of your mat and roll yourself all the way down. You can take a little bit of a happy baby. Take the soles of your feet up. Wrap your arms around behind your knees. Good. And maybe rock a little bit side to side. You want your tailbone, your spine, everything on the earth. So you can massage out your back. And squeeze both knees together. And let them both fall to your left, the left side of your body. Let your arms come out to a T or goalpost. And you can pull your tailbone towards your heels. You can play with where you want your knees. If you want them there or in a little further, you decide. Take some long, deep breaths. And come back to that thought of equanimity as well. When you're in the midst of something where you don't know where the road is going, kind of like you were in that last sequence, how do you get through it? With a sense of calm, with a sense of focus, with a sense of commitment. Take your knees back up and let them fall the other direction. You can always put a block between your knees too. Sometimes that's a nice way to be able to, Feel the decompression in your low back. And draw both knees back into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Squeeze in tight. Bring your forehead to your knees. And find your final Shavasana. Get expansive. Let your arms and legs fall out wide. Your feet fall out wide. Relax. You can take your arms out to a T like you have them or at your side. Absorb the effects of your practice. This in itself right here is the most important pose. That you can come to that sense of complete relaxation and relief.
You can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move.